we've all had that landlord that just doesn't give a fuck about the tenant. They just want to make money. They're just trying to, they stack up real estate invest properties um, and they don't really give a shit about the customer. And then we have great landlords that will take you grocery shopping and really put a little bit of heart into their work. Then you have people that just want to automate their investments so that they could rake in money. I lived in a halfway house at one point. I lived in a group home or a halfway house, basically, where they would pop in like twice a day with food and stuff, but there was no staff on hand to handle if we had any problems with our mental health. That's when I really learned, like, in business, you really do have to put a little bit of care into your customers. Like, having like a money back guarantee is not enough. You know, having like a satisfaction guarantee should be a standard for business. You know, but mostly, you want to support businesses that you think do a good job. Me, I live in a house right now where there's staff on hand at all times. If something breaks or if there's a problem, there's people here like half of the day to make sure that everything is running smoothly. They're not just getting paid just to sit around in their fucking apartment like drinking alcohol and fucking bitches. Is like, if you want to automate like that, you then have to hire other staff to make sure that they're there and put a little bit of care into your customer, and you'll have customers that keep coming back. You gotta love it though. The people that get into business thinking that they're gonna make all this money and they don't have to do anything on the giving end. you know uh and then, because that's what everyone's dream is, right? We just want to set it and forget it and then never think about it ever again. But that's not usually the reality of things, especially if you're just starting out. Like, I was the only tenant in a house that's meant for like 5 people supposed to be living there, and they would pop in like twice a day. And this was in some fucking bullshit slum ghetto area where I don't really feel comfortable, So, but that wasn't his fault. That was my fault for being a fucking white guy in a black community. It's just, if you ever do become a landlord, if you ever do have a business, put like some, amenities for your customers, so that it taught me something about business where now, like, I'm not just like aiming for the money every chance I get. I'm not just I'm not just striving for the money any chance I get. I really do put a lot of care into my customers to make sure that they're satisfied. There's a satisfaction guarantee with every one of my products, and if you're not satisfied, you can get your money back. That's one thing, is we always like hope for the community, certain communities like black communities, and this particular house was run by a black guy, and he just didn't really give a shit about me. And quite frankly, it's bullshit. I hope he goes out of business. I hope, he had his fun in his life. But me, it taught me a valuable lesson. You never want to just have a set it and forget it business, at least not from day one. You have to set it kind of how they make watches, kind of how they make watches, like you put the cogs in the watch and you do the thing and put the battery with like tweezers. If you want a set it and forget it business, you better make sure that that business is jam packed to last, and to create new customers and to create more happy customers and your recurring customers, people that pay your monthly subscription, or people that people that you know and keep your customers coming back, because I might like a product like for a day, but I will go some elsewhere with my fucking money. I will go elsewhere with my fucking money if landlord, or if business is not taking care of their customers. You know, it's just really pisses me off, to be honest. And I hope this guy goes out of fucking business. I hope this guy never sees $1 million ever in his life. If he has, I hope he never does again. This guy's just a fucking dickhead. And the name of the halfway house is B3M. B3M, in East Cleveland. It's like, no, I would never live with him ever again. He's just kind of a fucking dickhead. Always finding reasons to complain. Like the little mess that I make on the table during the day, like as I eat my food, and there might be a dirty plate on the table when he comes in, always just bitching up a fucking storm. But he doesn't put any care into me, so why the fuck should I keep giving him my money? So I left. And I hope he goes out of business. He's just a fucking serial complainer, And that's not how I do business, and that taught me a lesson, about business.